Williams Dave here. He's 8.5 weeks out from Europa in Orlando. We're here, we're going to get it today, arms.
Well, it's good to be back here in Gold's Venice, the Mecca of California, and my home gym, I call it, where my amateur and my pro career started. Just glad to be back here with Dave and Charles to see what I need to improve on and get ready for Orlando Pro.
Today we're starting with the preacher bench. This preacher bench that we have over here at Gold's is the best preacher I've ever seen, and we generally will start off with this a lot of times to get right into the meat of the bicep and the brachialis as well.
We usually do about 4 or 5 sets of anywhere between 15 and finish off about 10 reps. The difference between the way Charles and Dave train me through these exercises is most people who want to do the preacher curl want to sit back in the machine, where they make me sit forward in the machine, so it's hitting the meathead of that, the big head of that bicep, which gives it the big arm. So if you want to do it right, lean forward, stay into the movement, and that puts all the stress in the muscle when it gets heavy quick.
Next exercise is standard tricep pushdown. Actually, we're supersetting these today with a laying bicep curl that's on a cable. This is brutal going back and forth. So we did these triceps today, these pushdowns, Bertle Fox style, if you will. The elbows are forward. We're really trying to activate Keith's outer head. That's the area of the tricep we're trying to activate on Keith, is that outer head. The long head as well, but really the outer head. And this movement with the elbow positioning that we did today really hits that outer head. The secondary exercise that we did in this superset group was a laying bicep curl that we do actually on the lat pull machine. We actually lay down, we set up a board, and we're keeping the shoulders prone, the elbows are stationary, and it's just moving the forearms. We're getting a really good contraction in the bicep with this. And of course the pump going from the tricep pushdown to this laying bicep curl is pretty intense.
What happens with that laying curl, laying flat on your back, it isolates the bicep, so it feels like a ton of brick because you can't use your shoulders, you can't use your back, only thing you use your bicep. So between the 2 supersets, that pretty much blasted me out, and it was a little frustrating, but a great exercise.
We do a lot of supersetting here to generate a lot of volume in the arms during the workout. So we did a drag curl with an easy curl bar. And this really eliminates the anterior head of the shoulder. So you're just forced, you're literally, as the name suggests, you're dragging the bar up against your abdomen. And you're coming about halfway up and we're getting good contraction. Then we run over and we're doing overhead tricep extension. And again, we're really trying to hammer that outer head. We're trying to activate that outer head. So going back and forth like that creates another whole different other pump.
And our reps, again, we're anywhere between 15, 12, 10 reps per exercise, supersetting back and forth, where it creates a lot of volume and blood. Again, the drag curls is a new thing that I started doing with these guys that I've never done before. Another isolated movement where you're just hitting the bicep, can't use your shoulders, can't use the back. So again, it just puts the stress in the biceps. We also did the overhead extensions where Charles had me doing them and squeezing at the top because he wants to create more blood and more volume in my outer head of my tricep. So between those exercises back and forth, it created a lot of blood and a lot of flow and a good pump in my biceps and triceps.
We finished with dips. Dips, if they're done correctly, can really involve all heads of the tricep, especially the long head. So we faced in the dip machine and we make sure that Keith's hips were very, very low. And we're keeping his shoulders from shrugging up too much, where the elbows have to come up higher than the shoulders. That's what we're doing for this movement.
Another exercise where I'm doing it different. I'm used to facing out, but the difference is what I realized is it made me drop my hips down lower, bring my chest against the pad, where then all the stress is in my triceps. And again, doing anywhere between 15 and 20 reps for this exercise, but also understanding that now I can only use my triceps. When I'm facing out, I can use my chest. So, but when you face in, you can use your tricep. Again, that's why these guys are so great, because they isolate the exact movement in which they want, which is just the triceps. And that's why this exercise is so great today for me.
This has been a very, very long prep for Keith. We started way out. We started over 300 pounds. I guess about 304
pounds. Right? As a Thanksgiving, the last meal was about 304.
Okay. So this is the kind of prep where the guy comes down very, very gradual, very, very slow. We are carb cycling. We're doing protein rotations. We're working with different types of fats. Everything involved, but this is just a very long, drawn-out prep.
It changes a lot.
Yeah, a lot of
week by week, a lot of food changes. So you know, it's a combination of foods and the things that he has me on, but you know, Dave's figured out my body, so it's worked perfectly for me. And you know, coming out here and seeing Charles and seeing Dave and knowing that the changes I've made are working, you know, I can't complain about anything.
Trying to have him ready 2 weeks out so we can, you know, eat into it and fine tune things at the end rather than just come down at the very end. So that's our strategy at this point. We're trying to bring last year's newer conditioning with a fuller look and highlight Keith's body parts that have come up after a great off-season. Keith has had a tremendous off-season, so we're going to highlight that with this.
I squatted a lot, Dave. You'll be happy this year.
Okay, that wraps up arms for today. Everybody look for Keith. We're 8.5 weeks out from Europa in Orlando, so look for Keith April 12th to do some damage. Conditioning will be out of this world.
I'd just like to thank RX Muscle for giving me an opportunity to shoot video with them again. Thank Dave Palumbo and his staff for all their support. I thank my sponsors, Team Tainted out in North Dakota, All Force Nutrition, and all my friends and family back home who supported me throughout this journey. And can't wait to get on stage April 11th and 12th and show people brand new Keith Williams in 2014.